Okay, so one other thing that we want to make sure that we go over is how to add medications that are filled at a different pharmacy. And typically, medications that are filled at a different pharmacy are usually things like antibiotics because they're usually something that we get from an urgent care or maybe the ER or something like that. So we want to make sure that we all know how to add that to our electronic MAR. And then since most of the time what those medications are antibiotics and they're only given for a certain period of time, we're also going to go over how to add medications with stop dates. So think of your antibiotics that come and say, they're only to be given for the next 5 days. So this is going to go in how to add that correctly into the electronic MAR. And then we will also go over how to adjust that stop date should maybe somebody refuse to take their, day 4 of their antibiotic and we have to still finish that out. And now, we have a stop date that's showing on this EMAR. So we're going to show you how to go back in and change that stop date so that we can finish out that 5-day course of antibiotics. Okay.
Right? I'm on my people list and I'm going to go into his eChart. If the medication doesn't come from Northern, okay, say maybe you went to an urgent care and they filled it there for whatever reason, that's nice and it's convenient. But now you've got a problem because you've got to get it on this EMAR, right? You come into this medication button. There is a button here that says add medication. So you all are going to be experts by the time you're done verifying all these orders. It's not hard then, once you've verified so many things, to figure out how to enter it. Now, use the pharmacy label you have. That prescription, probably a bottle because, they don't give you bubble packs or whatever. So you're going to type in the name of the medication. Maybe it's Cipro. Maybe it's an antibiotic for, UTI or some kind of infection. You have to put the dosage. Okay. Now, if this is routine medication, do not check anything in here. Okay. Don't check anything. Okay. You're going to come down here. You're going to give it today's start date. Maybe, Donald just got back. So the direction is to take 1 capsule by mouth. And I'm going to show you something really cool here. I'll say twice daily for 5 days for infection. Okay. So he's going to take this 2 times a day for 5 days. And I'm going to set this so that the system discontinues it. Watch. Okay. I'm not going to say the doctor. Maybe the doctor's not in there. So it's going to be every day of the week. Even though this is only for 5 days, I still want to leave all the days of the week on there. I want to come down. And so he's going to get it tonight. The first dose he's going to get is at 8 p.m. Okay. And I'm going to add that schedule. And then the next dose he's going to get, well, actually, let me do it this way. Remove 8 a.m. Ding dong. And then 8 p.m. Okay. So here's that start bubble issue, right? It's closer to 8 p.m. than 8 a.m. So I'm going to set that to start tonight. Okay. And then I've got my stop date and time. So I know this is for 5 days. So I'm going to click here and he's going to do starting tomorrow is the first day dose. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So he doesn't get a PM dose because he's starting that tonight. So I'm going to click on the 23rd and I'm just going to say, I want it to be like, let's just say even 3 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I want this to stop. Okay. And then I can save. Okay. So you can add in medications if you have to. If maybe the family takes somebody out and they bring them back like, hey, we got this great new thing, and you're like, great. Northern might put it in for you. If you had the order, they might put it in for you and push that over. But if they're not, or if it's kind of off hours, you guys do have the ability to put that in there so you can see that, and it's going to automatically stop itself, on that date and time.
So once you have added a medication like an antibiotic that would only be needed for 5 days, something like that, you want to definitely make sure that you finish out the course that was ordered. So if someone refuses a day of that 5-course day of antibiotics, we will need to go back in and adjust the stop date. And this would be the same thing if maybe you put in the incorrect stop date. This is going to show you how to go back in and correct that.
Would come here and edit, and then it's at, whoopsie doodle, it's at the bottom here. So you could adjust this date and time. You can reset it and then adjust the date and time to capture that